Aloha from beautiful Waikiki. We wish you could be here with us for PTC-21 New Realities, but we are looking forward to hosting an exciting online experience for you all. I'm McKenna Maduli, and I'd like to welcome you to PTC-TV. PTC-TV will continue to be the program for executive interviews, daily news, and information about what's happening across the PTC-21 platform. You can find PTC-TV videos in the PTC-TV booth in the PTC Hub or online at ptc.org/PTC21 in the Media Center. On behalf of Pacific Telecommunications Council, welcome to PTC-21. PTC-21 is made possible in part by the generous contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC-21 Platinum sponsors. Thank you for your support.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vinay Nagpal. I'm the president of Interglobix and the executive director of the Internet Ecosystem Innovation Committee. Today, we have with us Tim Logue, who is the president and chairman of the PTC Board of Governors. Tim, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. How are you today?
Very well, Tim. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Excellent. Looking forward to our conversation.
Absolutely. Same here, Tim. So, Tim, share with us your thoughts. I mean, this year has been an extraordinary year for everybody. And to be very candid with you, many of us were looking forward to PTC 21 to be able to see each other after a long time. But I guess, we're not ready to do that yet. But, from your perspective, how's the year been? And, what are your thoughts as you reflect upon 2020?
Yes, thank you, Vinay. Ironically, PTC 20, which started off our year, was a great success. We had more registrants and participants than ever before, and it was a tremendous success. As we all know, the curtain came down shortly thereafter, not only around the world, but in Hawaii especially. And so despite that, let me say, as the PTC board and leadership looked at how to move forward, we actually held out for a long time, hoping that we would be able to hold at least some semblance of a face-to-face meeting. But as time got in, literally till perhaps early October, it became apparent that it would not be possible to do that. So we turned our attention completely towards carrying on our mission, which is to maintain dialogue around the world, and particularly in the Asia-Pacific region, about issues challenging our industry, and decided to go ahead with this virtual platform.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think still, I'm sure from an industry standpoint, all of us are looking forward to getting together virtually. And in addition to the annual conference, PTC has a few other very interesting initiatives, such as the PTC Academy, PTC Young Scholar Program, PTC Research Awards. And I'd love to hear more from you about these initiatives and what the plans are going forward.
Right, exactly. Yes, despite all the challenges we continue to face, the plan for 2021 is to begin our webinar series again, which we conducted 3 or 4 towards the end of 2020, and then carry them out starting in February and carry those forward on a monthly basis. As far as the PTC Academy goes, we had one this past year. We had to postpone another one, but the outlook is to again try to schedule one or more These are aimed at young professionals to bring them up to speed and perhaps smooth their path to advancement in our industry. And that's a firm plan on behalf of the board and the council itself. And hopefully we'll be back together in Honolulu. You see the Rainbow Tower behind me. We'll be there and around the campus of the Hilton Hawaiian Village and set the stage in 2021 to carry out even more activities and outreach on behalf of the ICT industry in the region.
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely my favorite conference of the year. It's a great way to kick off the year, and looking forward to doing that again in person, but certainly look forward to the virtual conference as well. Can you share with us some of the special things we can you look forward to in 21 with the virtual conference?
Well, we've made a real effort in this conference to kind of recreate the feel, at least, of a conference. You'll have exhibit space. You'll have, importantly, social rooms where people can go to mix, as we so often do at the conference, the face-to-face conference. And then there'll be the conference sessions themselves. Now, those have been reduced in number, but we hope greatly increased in quality. They've been pre-recorded, so there's been an effort to condense a lot of good material into an understandable or a reasonable amount of time, let's say, so that it'll capture our audience's attention with good discussions and good expertise to share.
Okay, great, Tim. Great to chat with you, and looking forward to seeing you at the virtual conference.
All right, thanks a lot. I look forward to seeing you and everyone else. Should be a great event.
Absolutely, looking forward to it. Thank you.
The PTC Hub, the exhibit hall in the online platform, features PTC-21 exhibitors, PTC-TV, a literature display, and more. The PTC Hub is open to the public Sunday through Wednesday. Come learn, meet, and network with conference attendees in the PTC Hub. Connecting with the PTC community is easy. Follow PTC on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Join the conversation and use #PTC21. We can't wait to see what you're learning, who you're meeting, or the experience you're having.
Aloha, my name is Debbie Bishop, Managing Director for the Hilton Hawaiian Village. Although I can't be with you in person this year, we are excited to be your host virtually and welcome all attendees to PTC 2021 New Realities. Lots of planning year-round goes into preparation for the PTC conference, and the team at Hilton Hawaiian Village looks forward to kicking off each new year with PTC. PTC 2020 was the last large conference that we hosted at Hilton Hawaiian Village before the COVID pandemic struck and the world changed. You are all family to HHV, and all of us will miss having you on property this year. Sending lots of aloha your way for a great conference this year, and I can't wait to welcome you back here in person for PTC 2022. Aloha.
Welcome to a first-of-its-kind experience for the PTC Annual Conference, gathering as a virtual community for PTC-21 New Realities. With the shift to an online platform, we wanted to share a brief overview of activities this year to help you plan your schedule. Here's what's happening at PTC-21. Head on over to the PTC Hub featuring PTC-21 exhibitors, PTC-TV, and a literature display, in addition to the PTC-21 networking lounges. Visit between your PTC-21 sessions to learn more about the companies participating, schedule a one-on-one meeting, or attend an event. The Tapa Auditorium will host all of PTC-21 sessions, from workshops and topical sessions to the featured participant presentations and panels. The Tapa Auditorium will provide a platform for industry thought leaders to look at the changes brought on by the global pandemic and the new realities that lie ahead. Be sure to join us on Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. for the opening reception sponsored by Peraton. We still want to share the experiences that make coming to Hawaii a part of the tradition of attending the PTC Annual Conference. The PTC Cultural Experiences will offer a new way to discover Hawaii, dance, learn to mix a Mai Tai, or watch Chef Kevin make his calamansi kajiki poisson cru. These videos and more will be available on demand in the PTC Cultural Experience Networking Lounge. Thanks for joining us for what's happening at PTC-21. We hope the online platform will provide you with a valuable networking experience while still providing the opportunities to learn, connect, and grow that you have always expected from the annual conference. Aloha. Join PTC and opening reception sponsor Peraton in the Tapa Auditorium for a fun networking experience to kick off PTC-21 New Realities from 9:30 to 10:30 on Monday, January 18th. You don't want to miss this. PTC-21 is made possible in part by the generous contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC-21 Gold sponsors. Thank you for your support. Did you know that Pacific Telecommunications Council is a global, nonprofit membership organization that works year-round to advance the ethical development and use of information and communication technologies, ICT, to improve the quality of life in communities throughout the Pacific region? Learn more at ptc.org/outreach-initiatives.
Every day, businesses around the world are being challenged to do more, deliver better experiences, empower workers. That's why connectivity has never been more important to thrive in an increasingly digital world. At Telstra, we're focused on connecting global economies to Asia, enabled by our people, innovative technologies, and partnerships. And likewise, connecting a fast-growing Asia to the rest of the world. Telstra has Asia's largest subsea cable network, carrying up to 1/3 of the region's internet traffic. In China, Telstra PBS is the first foreign telco, combining local delivery with world-class expertise. Telstra enables you to thrive in Asia and beyond. That's why, when you think Asia, think Telstra.
Join Paul Hastings and the women in ICT for a networking reception to discuss the initiatives and activities the PTC women's community has planned for 2021. Make new connections and get involved. The PTC women's reception will be held on Monday from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. in the PTC Networking Lounge. The PTC Academy introduced a virtual format in 2020 that allowed attendees to join from across the globe. In addition, it was the first year that Academy courses were accredited for continuing education thanks to a partnership with Subdel Forum. Stay tuned for the 2021 PTC Academy courses schedule. Visit ptc.org/academy to learn more. PTC-21 networking lounges are the online component to a hospitality or business suite. Visit the networking lounges between your PTC-21 sessions to learn more about the companies participating, schedule a one-on-one meeting, or to attend an event. Be sure to join us in Tapa Auditorium for PTC-21 featured participants, workshops, and topical sessions that examine the new realities of the telecom industry.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Fife. I'm the co-chair of the PTC Research and Educators Committee. And today I'm here with Nico Grove, who's a longtime contributor to PTC's research. Nico is one of the founders of DI2, which is Digital Infrastructure Investments. Nico's also a senior TMT expert and a serial entrepreneur.
And I'm here with Elizabeth.
Yes. Nico's also the founder of an institute for infrastructure economics and management, and this is an independent management institute and based in Munich, and Nico's based in Germany as well. So thanks, Nico, for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Today, we're going to talk about the topic of your panel that you'll be delivering at PTC with your partners. The panel's entitled Digital Transformation in Europe. In more widely, we'll talk about the impact in the wake of COVID-19. Obviously, since the start of the COVID crisis, the demand for broadband has skyrocketed. People are working at home, studying at home, doing PTC interviews from their home. So my first question to you, Nico, just looking at sort of the value chain, what are some of the strategies and challenges for the carriers, IXPs, the regional telcos, and how has capacity been handled so far? It seems like things have worked pretty well.
Yes, depending on and where. Thank you, Elizabeth. Let's say we are focusing for sure on Europe in that perspective, because that's where we are based and we have the insights in our clients and industry. The COVID effect is quite interesting because we can also see that on the internet exchanges where the traffic is peaked, and we have to admit in Germany, our peak increased also in the evening. That means people even watched more Netflix and stuff and online video. However, we saw also effects like in the UK. Our DI² ambassador, Paul Foley, he did a study on that one. And he found out that in the morning, sort of the traffic also increased massively because the UK, for example, was much more ready for online schooling. We sort of, in Germany, we do a lot of stuff, maybe regarded very sophisticated, and but school is not among that one, especially not online schooling. So there was nothing in traffic change that started over time. We had a lot of traffic change for sure with all that video and online video stuff. And that is sort of from the just pure statistic perspective. However, from our business perspective, we also saw massive increase, even more in investment, or companies or professional investors willing to invest in more digital infrastructure, which is not just fiber networks or mobile towers and stuff, but also data centers. And this is something we also have a sort of look in our session on the 17th, as you said. And well, we had there even more of our ambassadors, which all engage for free for DI², in the various areas, like also in usage and cybersecurity, digital education and learning, as we discussed already, and also effects like in work. And there we can take that COVID effect sort of as cause and effect and have a look at statistics and even see effects in companies. And that's, again, which came to even more investment and investment demand for digital infrastructure. And that is sort of, in a nutshell, the session we are talking about.
Right. Ideally, what should the network operators be doing right now, just in a general sense? And are there any sort of best practices out there? You said Germany actually has a few issues, and you mentioned the UK is doing well in education. Are there any other kind of standouts that you see?
Well, for the providers, I think that was really for especially Austria, Switzerland, Germany here, the kick in order to invest more in fiber networks. We are far behind, even in Europe, Germany is, with Austria, one of the countries which has the least fiber penetration. So this one is really skyrocketing. Investment is also going into the value chain, into former elements like even construction companies. And there we see massive takeovers and consolidation. And that's all effects we see there. which COVID initiated, yeah, with all the bad stuff it does. However, for digital infrastructure, it's a big boost, yeah.
Right. What about like some of the more fine details? I've heard about like the field engineers, the workforce getting out there, and there's sort of availability of that element as an issue to keep critical operations going in like the data centers and the cell site, and the other critical infrastructure sites.
That's more or less all fine on a professional level. When you had the B2C relationships in terms of their activating new lines and stuff, that was delayed massively. They had to find out all the new ways of, let's say, interacting, because you're going as an installation guy into the home, then you have to have the protection, you have to have new processes and all that stuff. So that took massive delays and still is more complex for sure than before. However, as people are at home, that is again a good effect, because you don't have to schedule so many appointments. I've been recently at the project here where they did a village in one day in Fife. So because everyone was at home, they even did their home connections, and I was there. That was very impressive. We had a look. They started in the morning at 6 and we're connecting the first guy on fiber at 6 in the evening. So that's when you have all of them there, a couple of hundred construction workers and all the equipment, that worked very well. Yeah.
Right. Okay, just maybe one or two more questions. So time has gone quickly here. So just maybe from a regulatory standpoint, how can further investment be stimulated for like fiber deployment and other kinds of infrastructure needs?
Well, currently here in, so as said, the fiber-focused countries, UK, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, this is more like not a matter of more investment. We have a bunch of capital there. It's more a question of getting it into the ground, and additional investment is coming also from the state, which also tries to sort of fasten that process with just money. However, again, for fiber, it's really a shortage in construction, even though we have a big capacity there. However, you won't build up as an industry so much capacity that it just used for, let's say, 2 or 3 years. Therefore, we just need also a bit of time. And I know the pressure is there, but it's not an investment shortage at all anymore.
Right. What about any other larger sort of strategic challenges looking forward for the large players in Europe?
Yeah, we see here currently also consolidations. That means even the big guys looking to take over others. We see consolidation also between the small ones to make new big ones. We had one big takeover also this year or last year, starting there with the Deutsche Glasfaser, which was taken over by EQT and another fund. And this is massively increasing with other investors really approaching the market here with multi-billion figures.
How do you see what you've now described as sort of the European landscape in terms of implications for other markets like Asia or the US? Sort of a similar situation?
Well, that's depending also on the sort of preconditions where you come from. For sure, US is a good example for consolidation. You had a lot of these federal state companies. However, there's also a limit for this consolidation, depending on the state again and state law. However, as you see more in Asia, the big ones, they're consolidating there. And we see more a shift again from infrastructure and service, means that more and more services are getting, like we said also in research for years, more independent from the infrastructure. And this is where even more with 5G in data centers and all edge data centers and sort of processing and storing data and on different locations will be the next sort of step where you need all that AI stuff and yeah, like cloud AI and examples like Snowflake showed us where the next investment is going to. Yeah, and this all has to be supported by infrastructure. And personally, I'm always of the opinion that it is not a good idea to deliver everything from one old dinosaur because it's not flexible enough.
Right. Okay, well, I think you really laid out a lot of important issues that will be further discussed in your panel. I thought you might like to just say a quick word about your panel that's coming up, and then we'll close.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth, again. And panel takes place on the 17th. And as said, we are discussing a couple of working papers from our DI Square ambassadors. And yeah, under the title, like you said before, digital transformation in Europe and current effects of COVID-19. And I would be more than happy if you join there.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, Nico, for this.
Thank you, Elizabeth, as always.
And we will see you in your PTC panel.
Perfect.
So, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
TM is the largest integrated ICT solutions provider in Malaysia. We are constantly developing advanced infrastructure coverage across Malaysia through our extensive fiber optic network and comprehensive mobile solutions. As a trusted partner in end-to-end connectivity and ICT, TM would be honored to be part of your journey, and we will always be there to make your business and the lives of your customers easier.
Want to get involved with PTC and learn more about membership? Stop by the PTC booth in the PTC Hub. Chat with our members, learn more about PTC membership benefits, and maybe even win a fabulous prize like Apple AirPods Pro, Waverly Labs Ambassador Translator, or PTC membership. The PTC webinar series, Frictionless Business, will kick off again in February 2021. Webinars will be hosted the third Wednesday of each month through November 2021. Industry leaders, investors, analysts, technologists, and academics will provide guidance on new trends and priorities in the industry. PTC is excited to announce that 2021 PTC Webinar Series will be brought to you in part by PCCW Global. PTC’21 is made possible in part by the contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC’21 silver sponsors. Thank you for your support. Aloha everyone and welcome to beautiful Waikiki. I'm McKenna Maduli here with Jeff Yedlin, who is the food and beverage manager here at the beautiful Hilton Hawaiian Village. We are gonna make a little cocktail for all of you at home. We know you are missing the tapa bar. What are we going to make this morning?
Today we are making the Victor Bergeron original Mai Tai from 1944 and a Hawaiian variation of that.
All right, so we have the recipe up for all of you. You can make it at home and lead the way, Jeff. Go ahead, show me what you got.
Perfect.
What do we start with?
We are gonna start with some good old-fashioned ice.
Okay.
Because a drink is not good without some cold to it.
That's what I always say, I like everything extra cold. There you go, extra cold. Nice, what do you have next?
And then traditionally from the bartending sense, we start with all the non-alcoholic ingredients. So that way, if you have to make a change, it's a lot easier to not waste the good stuff and enjoy that when you're ready to.
Okay.
So for the original Mai Tai, we have a 1/4 ounce of just sugar.
Okay.
Just to add a little sweetness to it.
There you go.
And then we add a 1/2 ounce of orgeat syrup, which is basically an almond syrup that's refined.
Where can you get almond syrup at?
Tamura's is an excellent place locally for that, but usually a specialty store. Some of the places like Whole Foods or higher-end grocery stores.
All right, there you go.
From that
What's
aspect.
next?
And then we're gonna do a fresh sour using the juice of a lime.
Ooh.
And so we let the lime sit out for a little bit so it can kind of loosen up. And then we roll it exactly, because a hard lime right out of the refrigerator won't get you what you need.
I love this, all fresh ingredients.
It is the only way.
Sweet. All right, so we're going with half a lime, you said?
We're going with the full lime today.
Full lime.
Because no fun in not having any citrus.
There you go. I'm excited for this. And don't forget, it's all up online right now if you guys want the recipe. Enjoy Mai Tais in your PTC experience.
Indeed. And then we get to the good parts.
Okay.
So first we have orange curacao.
That's my favorite part.
Which orange curacao comes in many different variations depending on where you go. This one is Pure Ferrand, which is a higher end label. And we just give it an ounce.
You can put a little bit more than an ounce in my one. There you go. All
right. We'll do
the
old bartender pour for you.
Yes, thank you.
And then the other part is 1.5 ounces of dark rum, which today, because we want to spoil ourselves, we have Ranza Kappa, which is a 23-year aged.
We're fancy.
But you can do any dark rum. You can do a Myers, Mount Gay, Bacardi has a dark.
I like that. So you guys have options at home when you're preparing your Mai Tai.
Always. The trick to the Mai Tai is the rum.
Now tell me a little bit about this specific recipe.
So the margarita and the Mai Tai historically are those drinks that you Google it and there's hundreds of different variations of it. And then as part of that, there's the dispute of who came up with it. Trader Vic seems to have the claim, and now there's a restaurant with his name, not here of course, but restaurant group. And his recipe doesn't have the juices that a lot of people in Hawaii associate.
Okay.
So it's stronger and it's more flavor forward because of it. So if you want a couple and you want to savor it, his is an excellent drink, which is why we're starting with that.
Okay.
The Hawaiian variation, which is also a planter's punch, depending how you look at it, it's a little more refreshing. You can do a couple in an evening and you can enjoy it.
Wow, talk up this Mai Tai. You guys ready? I am ready to taste this wonderful drink. Get a nice shake there. How long?
Have to. Usually it's about 15 hard shakes, just enough to have a little bit of froth.
Ooh, okay.
From that standpoint.
Neat. Oh man.
And then we're gonna do some fresh ice.
Okay.
Because the ice we just shook with now has been diluted and it's a little looser.
There you go.
From that standpoint.
What we got here? Ooh, all right. Look at that. You're just making yours at home?
And then of course, no drink is complete without the visuals.
Yes. Here, I'll take that. I'll put that over here.
Thank you. So I cheated and cut the top of the pineapple earlier. But you are in Hawaii. We grow these. We get ours from the Dole Plantation, 20 minutes away. But sometimes you ship in the Maui ones too. So I just do a nice big thick cut.
Yum, it looks delicious.
And then I'm just gonna do a nice wedge.
Perfect.
So that way if somebody's hungry later, they can certainly do that. Sure.
Very cool. One of these little, are you gonna dress her up with some
We're gonna dress up for a little while now.
Thank you.
We wanna look good for our PTC
And you guys
customers.
can all make this at home. Make your drinks pretty at home.
Indeed. And then we just got a little bit of mint for effervescence.
Okay. And then we are gonna be complete. Can I help you out here and put a little straw right there?
Because that is gonna be your drink.
We got a little flour, we got a pineapple.
So the trick with mint is you wanna kinda crinkle it.
Okay.
Because that's what gets the flavor out.
And boom.
And then voila, you have the original Mai Tai.
I noticed that there's only one for me.
Pity.
There you go.
Pity.
All right, so this is it. Can I taste this?
Please.
Oh my goodness. All right, everybody, this is the world famous Mai Tai. That's really, really good.
And if you want to have some more fun,
yes.
Just because I have these down here. These are maraschino cherries from Italy, the originals.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Hope you guys all enjoyed making your Mai Tai. Take a few sips and it'll be just like you're right here in Waikiki. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Discover Hawaii. Dance. Mix a blue Hawaii cocktail. Watch Chef Kevin prepare a delicious ginger scallion salmon. All of these videos and more are available on demand in the PTC Cultural Experience Networking Lounge. Stop in today. PTC’21 is made possible in part by the contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC’21 a la carte sponsors. Thank you for your support.
Here's your headline for Sunday, January 17th. SES's O3b MEO constellation to provide connectivity services to 2 islands in Tokelau and Kiribati during undersea cable network works undertaken by Southern Cross Cables Limited.
A very special mahalo to the 2020 PTC Board of Governors for their year-round leadership and support. PTC would like to take a moment to recognize the 2020 Advisory Council for their support. Mahalo to our year-round sponsors for their ongoing support. Mahalo for tuning in today. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another edition of PTC-TV. Aloha.
Welcome to a new era that ends the hassle of having to deal with multiple service providers. Presenting CM iConnect, your connect-all carrier solution. iConnect gives you the most optimal telecommunications solutions that cater to diverse business needs. Featuring all-inclusive services from voice, SMS, mobile, data, China Connect, and professional services. Take your carrier business to the next level with iConnect today and enhance your connection to the world.